Hi Taurus, welcome back. So Taurus, this is going to be your reading for the month of June. It is a love reading. It is the you versus them spread. So Taurus, I'm going to pull cards on you, what your hopes, fears, next steps are. And then I'm going to pull cards on the person external to you, what their hopes, fears, and next steps are. Just keep in mind that this is a general reading, so not going to resonate with all of you, but if it does, awesome. Please do like, share, and subscribe. And check out my social media account links in the description box below. Cool. So, Taurus, overall energy for the month of June is the Five of Pentacles and the Fool. Okay. So, some of you are most definitely coming out of a situation where either you felt left out or the person you're dealing with has felt that way. Okay, sometimes I can see the Five of Pentacles too as somewhat of a feeling of loss. But I like that the Fool is here. So this is launching a new beginning, having a new beginning, having new energy come into your love life this month. So if things have been maybe a little bit stagnant for some of you, and or literally, like I said, you were left out in the cold by someone or they you, that energy is definitely going to shift this month. So interesting start to the reading. Some of you might literally be dealing with the sign of Aries or have that in your chart. And if not, then like I said, that's just the energy you're embodying, okay? Person external to you's overall energy is the King of Cups and the Death card. Some of you might definitely be dealing with the Scorpio. This is Scorpio energy here. To a lesser degree, possibly Cancer, Pisces, or like I said, these are placements in their chart or yours. If not, this is just the energy this person is holding, okay? So this is someone here who does not wear their heart on their sleeve, okay? This is a person who has a lot of deep emotions, a deeply emotional being, but you wouldn't necessarily know it from the outside. Or if you didn't know this person, like you weren't in their bubble, you know, so to speak, then you would not know how deep this person is what I'm saying to you. So I just feel that there's definitely going transformations here. So this person is definitely going to be going through some changes on an emotional level this June. Okay. All right. So how you see them, Taurus? How you view the person external to you? Okay, so Taurus, you have the Eight of Wands and the Knave of Cups. So this has different meanings because it's the sexual tarot deck, so it's not a traditional deck. So just FYI for those of you who read tarot yourself. But how you view this person, I would typically see the Eight of Wands as angry communication, actually, paired with the Knave of Cups. So you might have had angry communication between you and this person external to you, okay? There might have been a lot of stressors around this situation. I see that in this card, this person is upset over something that was written. So that's extremely specific. Not going to be for all of you, but some of you got communication about this person that was written, whether that's on social media, text, a letter. People still send letters anymore. I don't know. That upset things. Okay, it might have caused an ending for some of you. Like risky behavior here, okay? And don't forget, these can be interchangeable because they're general. So Taurus, that could be you. But for most of you, I feel this is how you view the other person, okay? On the other side of that coin, I feel like, you know, you wanted to move things forward here. but there was a lot of distractions within the relationship, okay? There might be people or have been people meddling in this relationship, and I've been seeing that. I've actually been seeing that for a few different signs this month. I also saw that in the Libra reading and the Leo reading. So if you have any of those placements in your chart, you might want to check those out as well. Or if you're dealing with that sign. Okay. Person you're dealing with, how they view you. You have the Queen of Swords here and the High Priestess. That's an interesting combination. So I feel like this person views you as somewhat cold and detached, okay? I feel like this person feels like on an intuitive level that you feel the need to put your defenses up. So that's an interesting type of energy to get there. Like I feel like this person feels like they either need to use their intuition to try and gain clarity on you, and or you feel this way about them. So I'm going to keep it general, and then I'm going to get real specific, or more specific, I should say, here in a minute. But there's a sense of secretive energy here, okay? And at the bottom of the deck, the Seven of Swords, it didn't come out, but I just noticed it at the bottom of the deck. Yeah, and it's almost like they view you as somewhat challenging. Like challenging them. You may challenge this person. Now, on a positive level, for some of you, you challenge this person in a positive way to grow themselves spiritually, okay? On a more negative vibration, and you'll know which side you're on here, I feel like this person feels that you challenge them in a harsh way, like almost a judgmental way. So you might actually be dealing with two different people here, and you're putting on two different faces. So maybe you treat this one person as your higher vibrational self, and maybe this other person you don't see in a highlight, or you don't view them on the same level as you, so you show them a different side of you. Does that make sense? We have multiple sides to all of us, okay? And how we interact with each other. So I'm going to break this down because I think there's two different groups, and some of you are going to be in both of them. Because I can see two different situations here, okay? So stick with me. Towards the end of June, what can Taurus expect? Towards the end of June. You have the Emperor here and the Six of Swords, okay? A lot of Aries energy here. So like I said, I wouldn't be surprised, Taurus, if you have Aries somewhere in your chart, or this is involving someone with Aries in their chart. But if not, just keep in mind it's a general reading. That could just be the energy. I feel like there's a sense of detaching towards the end of the month, okay? Trying to contain yourself. Okay, and I feel like there's going to be movement forward in this situation. And I'll have to clarify to see what this is about. Some of you are fantasizing about leaving this situation. Okay? Or thinking back on that if you already have left the situation. But this is showing up in the future energy, so I'm definitely going to get clarification. And just keep in mind, anything that I read as future energy is changeable, of course, with free will. Okay. Oh, wow. So you have the star here. It came out in the reverse. I don't typically read reverse cards unless it is the vice versa deck. Hold on. Sorry about that. I had to cough. Anyways, I was saying, I don't usually read this deck in the reverse unless it is the vice versa deck, which is made to read reversals and uprights. But I am going to keep this one in the reverse because before I started the camera, I specifically went through the entire deck and made sure they were all upright and shuffled them upright. So to me, it's significant that it still came out in the reverse, okay? And then paired with that, the Six of Cups and the King of Wands. So Taurus, I feel like this person has lost hope here. They've lost hope about being able to heal or reconcile this relationship, even though you have a lot of past history with this person, even though I feel there was passion here, okay, if this was an intimate relationship. I just feel like this person has lost hope, but yet they're still waiting. So that's really interesting. If you're no longer with this person, they were hoping to reconcile things, and they're still sitting here waiting, okay? What's really interesting is, though, that both of these cards, both fire cards as well. Like I said, I have a lot of Aries energy. Could be Leo, Sag for some of you. They're both looking at each other, but they're not speaking. So, and I feel like Taurus, in your energy, you're either thinking about, like I said, leaving the situation or moving forwards or back towards this person. But they've kind of given up hope over here that things are going to work out, okay, for a lot of you. But like I said, there is two different distinct sets here. So actually, I'm going to clarify some of these and then I'm going to go into that. All right. I also want you to keep in mind that love isn't always intimate partners. This could be a family member. This could be a friend. But I can see that there's a group of you where things have ended already. And there's a group of you where you're in a long-term relationship. So I'm going to break it down here in a minute. It's the Six of Swords. Okay, there, like I said, there's two extremely distinct groups of you. Oh my gosh, yeah. It's the High Priestess. All right, so I'm going to break it down now into groups. I'm going to start with a group where you have either felt left out in the cold by this person or you had literally had an ending here, okay? That's the strongest group. And then for those of you who are in a relationship with this person, I'll get to you in a second. So you could actually be in both groups, Taurus. Like I said, it could be pertaining to two different people in your life. So some of you are definitely going to be in both groups. One might be a family member, a friend, an ex, and one might be like your current partner. So, you know, you could stay tuned for both or fast forward, do what you want. But let's start with those of you who are on the outs with someone. That's what I'm going to call it, on the outs. Whether you actually left each other or you're just not doing great right now, okay? Here's the thing. I feel like Taurus, there was definitely something that came out. Almost, I heard came out of the blue. Okay, so I feel like even though I don't have the tower here, it came out of the blue. Okay, so it might have been shocking for either you or this person. I feel like this is past energy for a lot of you because it's showing up in how you view them, meaning you're already aware of this. For a few of you, you might be a little bit further behind on that timeline, and it may be coming out right now in the current energy or within this next week or so. But either way, I feel like, you know, there was definitely something that was communicated, I feel, in writing or text or something online, okay? For most of you, that really, really, really caused trouble, okay? And I feel like it came out of the blue. Now, for some of you, this was about legalities, money. For others of you, this was a third person involved into the relationship, okay? Now, what's interesting, Taurus, is if you're in this group, you're getting ready to have a new beginning at the same exact time that this person is going through an ending and a change. Okay. So I feel like for a lot of you, you have decided to move forward and on from this situation, regardless. Okay. Or you will be deciding that in the month of June. Now here, this person you're dealing with, they view you as extremely cold and detached from them. I feel like this person feels like they're always presented with challenges, okay, when it comes to how to deal with this relationship. Whether that's challenges of their own making or yours, doesn't matter. That's how they feel. I feel like this person secretly withholds their emotions a lot. And that's what I was saying at the very beginning of the reading, that this person embodies or will be embodying this month a very scorpionic-like energy, whether they're a Scorpio or not. And so what do I mean by that? I mean that they will be very, very, I heard covert. But that's not going to be for all of you. They're not going to be readily and easily emotionally accessible, regardless of how they feel. And I feel like this person has a lot of deep emotions right now. Okay, but I feel like they're not going to be sharing that to the world, you know, and most certainly not to you. Because they're extremely guarded over here, all right? Now, towards the end of the month, I feel like Taurus, there's a lot of thinking going on about what the next movement forwards is in your energy. I feel like you're extremely unsatisfied with the situation. Okay, you're ready to cut this person out of your life. And some of you already have. Some of you will be making that decision, coming to that decision in June. Okay, and I feel like this person over here is realizing that this is not going to correct itself. You know what I'm saying? They might have waited for a while for things to get better. But I feel that they healed themselves, but it still didn't heal the relationship. Do you know what I'm saying? And now I feel this person went from being passionate and action-oriented to not interested anymore in fixing things. Or at least this month, okay? I feel like there's a lot of covering up of the emotions, and I heard intentions. There's a covering up of the intentions. So I'm actually going to clarify because I want to know more, just a little bit more about what information came out. Yeah, some of you, this might be an actual legal separation for a few of you if you're married to this person. And I feel like there's going to be disputes over the finances here. All right. Or there's some sort of legalities involved here because I have the Justice card. Okay, and for others of you, like I said, this is just a rebalancing. Okay, so if it's not a separation, it's a rebalancing of the scales. Someone's felt trapped in this situation for a really long time. And it's blocked their spiritual growth. Okay? That's what happens when we get stagnant. When we stay in situations where we're not happy, but we stay because we feel obligated, we block ourselves. There's a message here that someone intuitively knows how the other person feels even though they don't communicate it, Taurus. So whether that's you or them, if somebody's trying to cover up their emotions or pretend to be one way when they actually feel another way, I feel like it's obvious to the other person what their true intentions are. That's what it is. Okay? So that was the largest group of you. Okay. And now I'm going to go into the other group. So like I said, you could be in both. You could be dealing with two different situations or two different people this month. I see for a lot of you, you're probably going to be in both. But that was the strongest group. Second group, if you are in a long-term relationship that's healthy, high vibrating, then this is a totally different message, okay? So this is for those of you who, you're going to know if you're in a high vibrating relationship or not, okay? So for that group, I feel like your partner is going through a lot of changes right now this month, okay? They may not be communicating all of that to you. It's on an emotional, spiritual level, all right? But it's almost like they view you as encouraging that, as helping them get to their next best level. You know what I'm saying? As helping them grow themselves emotionally and spiritually. It's actually a really beautiful energy, okay? I feel like if you and your partner had been struggling on the financial end, okay, in the past, then there's new energy coming in here this month, okay? But at the same time, you know, watch it, because I do see a little bit of struggle here. I'm going to clarify this one. I feel like it's petty. Okay, I don't feel like this is like nobody's breaking the bank or anything. I just feel like there's squabbles that are in every relationship. You know what I'm saying? Over like how the bills are paid. And I don't know why I'm picking that up. But whatever. But overall, I feel like there's a need to communicate about that. Or you will be communicating about that this month. And I just feel that like you're going to be supportive of each other, okay? And why do I say that? Because you got the Ten of Cups and the Two of Wands, which is moving past it. You know, understanding that relationships are going to go through these things, but at the end of the day, you have each other, right? This is really similar to another reading I did. I think it was Scorpio. But like I said, I have lots of different zodiac signs out. So towards the end of the month, if this is your group, some of you might be wanting to travel, but it's kind of just like thoughts right now. So I don't feel like there's action on that this month, okay? There's, that's a weird message to get to. And for those of you that's not, there's somewhat of a detachment here. I feel like, Taurus, be careful about like over fantasizing or getting stuck in your head and, I feel like some of you get so caught up in like the next steps or what your next goal is that you forget that you have to take action in between. You know what I'm saying? Like you still got to participate in life in between here and the end goal. And there's a definite message here about that, whether that's you or your partner that does it. But I feel like that kind of impedes the movement forward. Now your partner is over here thinking about their own creative passions, okay? Thinking about where their hope is, where their healing is, and they may emotionally detach at times as well. So earlier in the reading, I did feel that there was some sort of emotional suppression. So be really careful about that, okay, if you're in this group, that don't detach from each other for too long. I see a lot of like everyday little piddly tasks interfering with this relationship this month. So, and I don't mean piddly as in they're not important. It's important we pay our bills. It's important that the day-to-day gets done. It's important that the kids are taken care of if you have children, and some of you do. Okay? But don't get so wrapped up in that you forget to emotionally connect with your partner, because I see that's a strong possibility. Even though there's a lot of love here, even though you challenge each other to grow, okay, I feel like there's a lot of interference. So be cautious of that. Both of you are going through your own transformations, but in different arenas of your life. I feel like your partner's going through an emotional, spiritual transformation, like I said. I see a lot of energy about career and finance and things of that nature. Okay. So interesting reading. Taurus, zodiac signs you might be dealing with, like I said, heavy Aries and Scorpio energy here. Heavy Aries and Scorpio. Could be dealing with one or the other. Those could be placements in your chart or theirs. I also have here the sign of Aquarius. Okay. Could also be Libra, a Leo, or Sagittarius. And like I said, possibility of Cancer, Pisces. Those are the predominant zodiac signs I see out. But just keep in mind it's a general, so take it as it resonates. Either way, I wish you the very best. And until next time, I love you so much, and namaste.